Hello YouTube, EasyB Tactical here. Let's talk about the Century Arms SP5 SD. For years, it's been very expensive and incredibly difficult to get your hands on a full MP5 integrated suppressed. But now, with the clone or replica of MKE out of Turkey, imported by Century Arms, you can get very close to having kind of the real deal without spending a fortune. So you want to stick around to watch this video until this end if you're interested in MP5 SD, especially the affordable clone replica from Century Arms. So before we get going, clear, no ammunition in the firearms. Let's just get going. So the Century Arms SP5 SD, it's a 9mm roller delayed blowback pistol. This one is actually has a brace, but it comes in a pistol configuration. You can check out my unboxing video that I posted last week that I'll be linking somewhere here. So this one is a good reproduction of the original SP5, or I should say MP5 SD. It has an integrated shroud that hides the barrel, allowing you to have the look, the classic look of an integrated suppressed firearm. This is not a built-in suppressor rifle pistol. It's just the barrel that comes out all the way up to here with tri-lug and threaded barrel that allows you to mount your favorite suppressor. It ships with a fake suppressor or faux suppressor that I have here, and then I'll show you some close-up of it. But I'll replace it with an actual suppressor from B&T that was actually for the MP5 SD. Couple of key differences. The Century Arms SP5 SD, the Century Arms SP5 SD has a 1/2 by 28-inch threaded barrel. The original SP5 or MP5 SD has an M18, which is a larger diameter. So if you buy a proper suppressor from an MP4 and MP5 SD, be ready that you will be ready to know that you will require an adapter to go from M18 to 1/2 by 28 because it's not the same size. So this B&T suppressor actually required me to have an adapter threaded into the suppressor to match the thread 1/2 by 28 of the barrel. But you don't have to go that complicated and crazy. I just wanted to have as close to the original look and function as possible. And this is not it yet. It's still a work in progress. But before I talk more about the suppressor and the barrel, let's talk about the features. So pistol configuration, but you can also get it in the brace configuration from Century Arms. It's got the classic look of the multi-selector trigger. It's got an interesting trigger to be expected from an MP5. You have a 2-pin position versus single pin on a lot of the replica PTR or HK products. Of course, the classic charging handle that you're supposed to slap, like in many movies that you may have seen now. As I mentioned, it's got a shroud that covers the barrel and that has a rubber texture on the outside. The barrel is actually 1/2 by 28 threaded and tri-lug ready. So you can just mount your favorite tri-lug adapter suppressor. You can just mount your favorite suppressor with a tri-lug adapter directly into the barrel, or you can thread the suppressor into the barrel. For my attempt to reproduce a classic look, I prefer to use a threaded barrel because this one is an M18 as I explained. But if you look at this close up, you can see the inside threads and the tri-lug shape inside the barrel shroud. So without the suppressor, the barrel I believe is a 5.75-inch barrel that comes out all the way to up somewhere here, right there. and then you mount your suppressor. On the original MP5 SD, the barrel is actually the barrel of an MP5K, so it stops about right here, and it's got ported holes. So the barrel is ported, and when you put your suppressor, it covers the entirety length of the barrel, and the ports on the barrel, or the holes, allow the gas to dissipate, which slows down the ammunition, the bullet even more, and reduce the sound. This is not it. So this barrel is not the original SD function barrel. This one is a version because of the shroud. The biggest thing here is the shroud that makes the look and mimic the look and allows you to hide part of the suppressor. The MK ships with 2 magazines, I believe, and one of the main distinctions I noticed, because I have, MP5 is my favorite firearm, so I have a couple of them already. The MK mags actually have a different texture than the German HK magazine. So these are 2 German HK mags right here. The MK, I believe, the coating is different. I forgot, they're parkerized, yes. So when you touch them, you can see your fingerprints them sometimes. The German magazines are really slicker, different diamond-like coating, but I don't know if it's diamond-like because they rust easier than the MK mag. So just something to know, not a big deal, but I noticed the MK feel different, and my German original, some of them are original German magazine from HK. Those will rust because the finishing is not as tough as the parkerized on the MK. So I've been running this one for a couple of weeks now, and I have a combination of American magazine. This is a CTS mag, as I mentioned, German mags, and his own MK mags. These 2 right here with the dual clamp, those are HK German mags. Let's talk about some features of the gun. So AP5 style magazine, which are curved mags, original lower, fully adjustable front sight with a tool, and the turret sights in the rear, which I love. I love running the original sight. However, the MK comes with a mounting plate that you can put on top of the pistol to have your Picatinny rail to mount any kind of optics. Maybe I'll do that, maybe not. As typical of the original one, the serial number is engraved on the top with the model of the pistol. Of course, I mentioned the fixed suppressor. The overall length is about 30 inch in a pistol configuration, or maybe 25 without the pistol, without the brace or the stock. It's a semi-automatic. It's a stamp receiver. What else? Paddle, magazine release here. The charging handle, that's a slap. The internals, I will show them in a different video. They're very similar to the original. The serialized component on the bolt is 110, 110. I think it's the degrees of the angle of the actual bolt itself. Yeah, the SP5 SD, I'm sorry. The AP5 SD is a very good reproduction of what you could get from an original MP5. And as I mentioned, this is, for example, a Octane 45 from Silencer Co. Tri-lug. I can just push that in there and install there. So I'm gonna have another video where I take this to the range and I'll shoot it so we can compare the sound. And I'm still breaking it in. Very good pistol, I'm excited. I don't know how far I'm gonna go to this because it costs money, but I may go further and have this barrel swapped and converted to the original, either BNT or an original HK parts kit barrel with the proper mounting of the suppressor, and you're running the BNT MP5 SD suppressor. So that will make it recess a little more with the right threads and everything else. But because I'm also an SOT, I may, if the needs is, if I need it for my demo meetings, I may convert this into its original functionality. But really, this was a quick overview on the Century Arm AP5 SD. Let me know in the comment if you have one of the Century Arm, or if you have a better version or a different version of an SD MP5, whether it's from Zenith or other companies out there. But a classic pistol that's very affordable and does not break the bank like other versions that came out before. Subscribe to the video, share it, and looking forward posting to your comments in the chat, or the comment section, I should say.